Welcome to Finch Field in Thomasville, North Carolina, here for the second time against the Locos this season, and it is Carolina Disco Turkeys baseball on a Tuesday morning as they travel to Thomasville, North Carolina to take on the Locos for the third time this year. I'm Graham Tuck with Brett Wiseman beside me, and Brett, as we get into the game day gobble here on a Tuesday, as mentioned, this is the first day game that Carolina's played this year, and they're shaking off some rust. 3 really tough losses in a row this past weekend at home after starting the homestand 2-0. How do you break out of that and get this week started on the right foot?
Well, as we kind of talked about after the game Sunday, they're kicking open the door, they're just not slamming it shut.
Exactly.
So in a sense, I guess my keys to the game would be, number 1, keep your foot on the gas. Number 2, stay aggressive in at-bats. That's something we saw Sunday. A lot of was after that first inning, a lack of the same aggressiveness, ambush tactics that we saw in the first inning. Later on in that ball game, a lot of taking really good hittable pitches. And then number 3, if you have a lead in the late innings, shut it down. Pound the strike zone. Don't allow any free bases. That's what happened on Sunday. Stay clean and slam the door shut.
Keeping the foot on the gas pedal is exactly right. Sunday against the Monarchs in the first inning, 3 hits resulted in 3 runs for Carolina. And then after that first inning, only 2 the remainder of the game. So in the first inning, they out-hit themselves over the rest of the final 8. So they're going to have to do better than that if they want to come out with a win here against the Locos in Thomasville. And for Carolina, a lot of players in the lineup today that can make things happen, both in the field, at the plate, on the base pass. Who's your player to watch if you could pick just one?
Definitely Austin St. Laurent, who was not in the lineup on Sunday. I think he can really make an impact today. He's back at third base. Kix Farrell will be back at shortstop. I think St. Laurent's also really coming into his own at third, and he's making an impact with the bat as well as he did. He got that 9th inning rally going Saturday night in Boone. I think he's going to be a player to watch today for sure.
And St. Laurent, as you mentioned, starting at third, and that'll get us into our starting lineups presented by Foothills Brewing. Try Foothills great craft beer and coffee at any of their 3 Triad locations. Find out more at foothillsbrewing.com. We'll start things off for the home team, the Locos. It's Nick Bowles, number 10, leading off and playing in center field, followed by Joshua Delorier in right, and batting second, Carlos Amezquita playing third base, batting third. Gabe Rentis behind the dish, batting cleanup. Luke Pritchett starting at first and batting fifth. Jose Vargas drops down from his leadoff spot to batting 6th, playing shortstop still. Nick Leonard, the designated hitter, batting 7th. Mason Everhart start in left field, batting 8th. And Nathan Childers will round things out in the batting order, playing second base. And the starter on the mound today for the Locos is Jackson Shore, wearing number 16. And for your Disco Turkeys, it'll be Dion Tubbs leading things off in center field per usual. Jeff Davis in left field, batting second. Austin St. Laurent back in his 3-hole spot in the order, playing the third base. Cleanup man is Logan Conklin, playing second base. Batting 5th in the order is Kix Farrell at shortstop. Christian Ezel batting 6th, and playing behind the dish, the catcher position, Dane Stewart getting the start in right and batting 7th. DJ Musser, the first baseman, batting 8th. And Keaton Westhoff, the designated hitter, in the 9-hole. And on the mound today for Carolina is Nick McAdon. He had a great performance in his last start. That was on Thursday in a win against the Ponies. That'll do it for the pregame show here in Thomasville. We'll bring you the rest of today's action here in the first day game of the week, and a big week at that for Carolina. Locos, Disco Turkeys after this. We're back here at Finch Field in Thomasville, North Carolina, where the Disco Turkeys are ready to come to the plate for the first time. It'll be Dion Tubbs, Jeff Davis, and Austin St. Laurent due up to start the first inning for Carolina. Back to one of their normal lineups, or at least the way it appears for the Disco Turkeys today after some shuffling happened this past weekend, and that's to be expected anytime you play 5 games over the span of 5 days. So good to get back to a little bit of normalcy for Carolina after a stretch that was really rough down towards the end of it for Carolina.
Yeah, let's see if Dion can start off today the same way he started off Sunday.
And if you missed it, make sure you go back and watch that game. The leadoff, bottom of the first inning against the Monarchs on Sunday, Dion Tubbs with a single that was misplayed by the Monarchs center fielder and ended up getting a Little League home run.
On Little League Sunday, I might add.
Yeah, mind you, on Little League Sunday to start off the game. First batter, first run scored for Carolina, and it goes down in the scorebook as a home run for Dion Tubbs. So he is now the only player on the Disco Turkeys roster to have recorded a single, a double, a triple, and a home run on the year.
So he has a natural cycle in that regard.
Throughout the year, yes.
Throughout the year, yes.
And it'll be Tubbs who steps into the box first against Jackson Shore, the starter for the Locos from St. Andrews.
Let's see if he can take advantage of that kind of raised warning track out there on summer camp day and get us going.
First hit by Tubbs. First pitch, I should say, is lined very deep but foul.
Good opposite field power, Dion. I like it.
And it'll be an 0-1 count to the Disco Turkey center fielder. Should be the center fielder for this entire game. We saw a lot of 6th inning substitutions during the homestand, but not as many traveled to Thomasville for the game today. Here's the pitch to Dion. It's in the dirt, 1-1. D. Hawthorne and Dion Tubbs split time in center field during the homestand, but this appears to be Dion's game. That one's high and in on Dion, 2-1.
Couple of good takes right there. Fastball up and in, and then a breaking ball. Looked like a changeup maybe down in the way.
2-1 to Tubbs is high and outside, ball 3.
Dion there's a reason he's in the leadoff spot, and that's not just because he's fast. It's because he works the count constantly.
That one's in there, strike 2, and the count's now full to Dion. Here's the full count pitch. And it's ball 4, and the leadoff man is aboard for Carolina to start things here at Finch Field.
That's one way to get it going.
And you got the pitch count up as well. So it'll bring up Jeff Davis, the left fielder for Carolina today. Davis with 7 hits on the year. This is his 9th start, 12th game overall. First pitch to Davis is low for ball 1.
That didn't miss by much. That's a good spot on the mound.
Very hitter-friendly strike zone today so far. Childers is playing in at second base. Dion faked the steal, and the throw back to first not in time. It was ball 2, and so Davis is ahead 2-0.
That was more of a pitch out, though. So.
Throw back to Dion at first is not in time. He's playing mind games with the pitcher Shore.
And we talk about this a lot. He knows his role out there. It's to be a pest, not just by actually stealing bases, but just the threat of it.
2-0 is a swing and a miss and a foul ball, actually, I should say. It's 2-1 now.
George, we need sound effects on every single play. Right? Every single one. We only do every time we touch in the middle of the first inning.
I know. You kept looking at me and making hand signs, though, and then saying
No.
pep rally. And
Pep rally's only in the middle of the first.
well, I know. But
That's it.
kept looking at me and then doing
Well, that's-
2-1 count to Davis. Swung on line to third.
Oh,
and it's caught by
my.
the third baseman, Amos Keitsa. And the throw back to first is in time. Tubbs gets doubled off, and there's 2 outs in the inning.
Wow. I mean, you want to talk about, I don't want to say a rally killer, but
That's a tough way to go down to start the inning, and I think Tubbs a little bit incensed. You can see on his jersey he is absolutely caked with mud over at first base after having to slide in head
you
first.
can kind of, I don't know if you can see it as well on the screen, but the first base area was
It's very muddy.
very much hosed down. Too much, I would say. I mean, yeah, you said it. He is caked.
Yeah, he looked towards the Locos dugout as to say, what's the deal?
Yeah.
So it brings up Austin St. Laurent. First pitch to him is off speed, a big cut, and a swing and a miss for strike one. That one's in there outside part of the plate, strike two, and St. Laurent is down in a hole.
Yeah, that's a tough take right there.
Oh-two pitch, high, ball one.
Pretty good waste pitch that time.
Logan Conklin on deck. Here's the 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2.
Another good take right there. Tried to get him to chase on the 1-2 slider right there. Good discipline by Austin to lay off.
2-2 pitch. Called strike three on a pitch that just barely caught the outside corner. And Carlos Amezquita bails out Jackson Shore with a 5-3 double play. And St. Laurent strikes it out to end it. We'll go to the bottom of the first after the Disco Turkeys go down in order. It's still scoreless here in Thomasville. We're back here in Thomasville, North Carolina, as the Disco Turkeys went down in order to start the first. And in the bottom half of the inning, it's Nick Macadon earning the start on the mound for Carolina. Got his first win of the year on Thursday of this past week against the Martinsville Ponies at home. His record on the year moves to 1-3, and he'll start things off against Nick Bowles, the center fielder for the Locos. First pitch to him is swung on, grounded to short. Farrell making the play, and the throw on to Musser at first is in time for out number one.
Well, how about that for efficiency? Well, one pitch, one out action.
Macadon worked very effectively on the mound on Thursday against Martinsville. 85 pitches, 6 innings, only 4 hits allowed, and 1 run. It'll bring up Joshua Delorier, and the first pitch to him is outside and low, ball one. Here's the 1-0. That one catches the outside corner, strike one.
Really good spot right there on the outer edge. Good velo on the fastball, too, early on.
1-1, swung on and grounded foul into the Disco Turkey dugout, and the count will run to 1-2.
Jammed him well on the breaking ball right there.
And if Macadon can turn into an effective and efficient starter for Carolina, this could be a big development. Here's the 2-2, and it plunks Delorier, and so it'll be an early base runner for the Locos.
Yeah, a little bit further in than I think he wanted to go with that one.
No doubt about it, and it'll bring up Carlos Amezquita, who caught that line drive from Jeff Davis in the last half inning and ended up doubling off Dion Tubbs, and that's the second time in the last couple of days that Tubbs has been doubled off at first. Outside with that pitch is ball one. Throw back to first for Delorier. Not in time, and Macadon just trying to keep him honest, maybe trying to dirty up his jersey a little bit.
Yeah, take a little bit of advantage over there.
1-0, outside corner, strike one.
Really good spot right there. I love where he's going with the fastball early on. All these hitters right-handed so far in this lineup, and he's pounding away.
Another throw back to first, and Delorier electing not to slide back into the bag, and it almost cost him as he nearly
never
slid
came off the bag.
1-1 pitch in there, strike two called.
Beautiful bender that time. Where it starts and where it finishes, he's just executing perfectly on it.
Another throw back to Delorier at first. He won't get a tag put on him. And Macadon focusing to choose on the batter here. Off and running is Delorier, the tag. He got him.
What a throw from Christian Ezel right there. Good pop-up out of the crouch.
Thought that might have been an inning-ending strike him out, throw him out.
Yeah, the pitch didn't miss by much.
It's a 2-2 count to Amezquita, now with two outs. And here's the pitch, outside ball three. Three-two, outside ball four, and Delorier is replaced by Amezquita on the base paths.
Well, maybe not the worst thing in the world, that kind of power we know that guy has.
So it'll bring up Gabe Rentis, the cleanup man and catcher for the Locos.
Another guy with big pop in his bat. There's the downside of it.
First pitch to Rentis is low for ball one, and Ezel will do good work to keep that one within range and hold Amezquita at bay at first base.
Yeah, really good job right there. We've seen that happen a lot so far in this season. Wild pitches getting guys into scoring position for the opposition.
It'll be a 2-0 count to Rentis now after Macadon misses outside again. Every time he's missed, except for when he plunked Delorier,
he's missed outside.
It's been outside to a right-handed batter.
Well, that's what I said. He is pounding the outside part of the zone.
The hit and run was on, and Rentis will foul it off, so Amezquita will return to first. It's a 2-1 count to the Loco catcher.
Another good spot right there, though. He's not wanting to come inside, especially to the middle of the order.
Luke Pritchett, the first baseman, on deck. A throw back to Amezquita at first.
He's shaking off the mud, too.
Carolina's trying to get back at the Locos for that one. 2-1. Finally goes inside. It's grounded to the left side, but foul.
And that would be why I think he's not going inside a whole lot, especially to the middle of the order, because...
You know they're going to turn on it.
Yep. He broke his bat, actually.
And so Rentis will find a replacement bat. There's 2 strikes in the count, 2-2. 2 outs in the inning as well. Throw back to Mesquita at first again.
That time he didn't slide. I think he learned his lesson on it.
2-2 outside, ball 3. And the second consecutive count runs full on Nick Macadon.
He was working quick and getting outs, and a couple of pretty long at-bats back-to-back, though.
3-2, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4.
Back-to-back 2-out walks, not ideal.
To say the least. And now with runners on first and second, it'll be Luke Pritchett from Barton College, the first baseman, coming into the right-handed batter's box. Very right-hander heavy batting order for the Locos today.
Yeah, and expect more of the same approach-wise on the mound to pound the outside part of the plate and then try and set up inside.
3-2 pitch, first pitch is called strike 1.
Good comeback pitch right there.
$18 pitches in the inning for number 18. That one's in the dirt, and Ezel,
Good block.
cat-like reflexes behind the plate to keep Mesquita from making it all the way to third.
That's a tough play to make when you pick it out of the opposite batter's box like that.
1-1. Outside corner, strike 2 call.
Another really good spot right there on that fastball. Now you think about setting up the inside corner, maybe trying to go in with a little two-seam action.
That one Ezel can't get to. Mesquita will round third and stay there. The count's 2-2, but now there are 2 runners in scoring position.
And I don't necessarily think that's a bad pitch to waste 1-2. Just like for your catcher to hang on to it, but
Well,
it was in a
you
spot.
got to put him in a spot that he can get to it. It's not a bad waste pitch, but
exactly
it's just
what
not
I was
where you
going to
wanna
say.
put
I mean,
it.
it's just it just missed in a spot where it was more difficult to block.
Jose Vargas on deck. Here's the 2-2. Grounded foul and sharply into the Locos dugout. The count will stay 2-2.
And that's what happens
When you don't have
when you
fences
don't have
on
a
your
railing.
dugout. You can see the Disco Turkeys dugout on the left side of your screen here also does not have railings in the front of it. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Same pitch
spot.
that was called strike 2
Yeah.
is ball 3.
I don't know about that. Maybe half an inch further outside, maybe, but I mean, you said it was the exact same pitch, the exact same spot.
Here's the 3-2. And that one is grounded foul to the left side. It was a good off-speed pitch, and credit Pritchett where it's due to put that one into the field of play and stay alive.
Yeah, it's a tough ball to make contact on, to a breaking ball that's below the knees that he's out in front of as well. Able to keep the bat head steady enough to fight it off.
Here's the 3-2 again. That one's fouled off yet again. This one high and over the concourse. Count will stay 2-2. 25 pitches in the inning now for Macadon. This is a big spot early in this game.
Yep.
3-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 and out number 3. So we'll go to the top of the second the same way we started the first. Scoreless here in Thomasville. We're back here in Thomasville, North Carolina, and the grounds crew has come out trying to at least shake loose a little bit of that mud at first base. It'll be the middle of the order for Carolina due up after the top went down in order in the first inning. It's Conklin, Farrell, Ezel.
Yeah, I think the grounds crew got a bit overzealous over there at first base before the ball game.
I think so too, but not much you can do about it now. You just got to let the sun do its work. It's Logan Conklin up, and the first pitch to him is in the opposite batter's box for ball one.
Conklin's a guy that's really been swinging a hot bat lately. He's finding ways to get on base, too, regardless whether it's getting hit, drawing walks.
That one's high for ball two. Conklin batting .316 on the year, 12 hits, 14 runs scored. He's gotten base on balls 14 times this year, and he leads the team in that respect. That one's over the outside corner for a called strike one.
It's a good spot right there for that fastball from Shore.
Here's the 2-1 from Shore, and it's swung on and missed by Conklin. Foul tipped it back into the mid of Rentis, and it's a 2-2 count.
I like the hack, though, 2-1. You get a fastball like that. That's the aggressiveness I like.
2-2, again in the opposite batter's box. Count runs full.
That's a good take on a 2-strike count, though.
You can't chase that one whatsoever.
Power bat like that, that's what he's trying to get him to do.
Here's the 3-2 to Conklin. He checks his swing. Did he go?
I don't know about that.
I don't know if I agree with that. It's strike three, and Conklin is sat down.
Looked like he held up to me, but that's not up to us to decide.
So it's the second strikeout for Jackson Shore. It'll bring up Kicks Farrell, Kicks Farrell, and it's over the outside corner, called strike one.
Kicks another guy that has been swinging a hot stick lately.
Called strike two, same spot, and Kicks is behind in a hole.
Yeah, I don't know about laying off that a second time. Your Kicks got to be able to recognize that.
269 on the year. See if you can boost that here. That one's popped up right side. This might be trouble, and the second baseman will settle underneath it. Nathan Childers makes the catch for out number two.
Yeah, we've seen that happen a couple times in this ballpark, Graham, where a pop-up out there can get away.
So it'll bring up Christian Ezel, the catcher for Carolina. Dane Stewart is on deck. First pitch to Ezel. Swung on and skied into right center field. This one could keep carrying, but the wind doesn't do Ezel any favors. And Joshua Delorier will settle underneath it for out number three. So again, the Disco Turkeys go down in order. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Still scoreless here in Thomasville. We're back here at Finch Field in Thomasville. It's Jose Vargas leading things off for the Locos. 6-7-8 due up. Vargas, Leonard, Everhart. The first pitch from Macedon. Vargas squares the bunt, popped up, third base side. St. Laurent can't barehand it in time. And it'll be an infield single for Jose Vargas. He might have beaten that one out anyway. That was a perfectly placed bunt.
Yeah, that was perfectly placed, as you said. Very rarely do you pop up a bunt and have it die right there on the edge of the grass.
I think that's partially due to the moisture that's we've mentioned multiple times so far. First base dirt.
You can even see in the batter's box, too, it's a little bit muddied up.
And in certain places on the way down to first base as well. And I don't think it's...
Second and third, it doesn't look like that. But
I don't think it's outlandish to say that grass on the left side of the infield looks a little bit more lush than on the right.
No. I think that's spot on, to be honest with you.
I think that might be it. The first pitch to Nick Leonard was over the outside corner for a called strike one. And the second one is lined back up the middle, and it'll be a base hit to center. Dion Tubbs coming in, and he'll cut it off. So it's runners at first and second with no outs here in the bottom of the second inning.
But you can't be too upset with that if you're Nick Macedon on the mound. You make a good pitch like that. Just gets a cue shot base hit, but a good job by Dion in center to cut that off and prevent a runner from getting to third.
So they'll bring up Mason Everhart, the left fielder, with runners on first and second and no outs. And that one's in there for a called strike one.
Yeah, there's one. It's that.
Called strike two, and Everhart's in a hole.
That way to attack right there. Two good fastballs on the outer edge. Got to be pitching for at least a strikeout here.
The 0-2, breaking ball, and there it is. It's the second strikeout of the game for Macedon, and it comes at a big time. Still, runners on first and second, and now one out here in the second inning.
Well, yeah, now you can pitch for the double play to get out of this. That's a big-time first out and a big-time breaking ball as well. It's a pitch he hasn't used a whole lot today. Thus far, he's been sticking mainly to the fastball, a little bit of change-up, cutter action, some two-seam as well, but we know how good that breaking ball is.
And that's a dead ball.
It hit him.
Ran in on Nathan Childers, and so now the bases will be loaded with only one out.
Well, here's the good news. You got to force at any base now.
Would be surprised if we don't see some kind of shift on in the infield. Musser is playing in. St. Laurent not quite doing the same.
Yeah, well, it looks like the corners are in, or Musser at least.
Musser is in. St. Laurent is not. He's playing more of a normal third base position as Nick Bowles comes back up. And that first pitch to him is in the dirt for ball one as the lineup flips over for the Locos for the first time.
Yeah, Vargas just bluffed to steal home as well.
Made it about halfway down from the third base line. Here's the 1-0. Called strike one, and the throw, a back pick to Vargas at third.
Not a bad idea.
Not a bad idea, but you got to be careful with that as it nearly sailed high on St. Laurent. That's a sure run scored if that ball gets away from Austin.
Yeah, we know from Sunday afternoon what can happen with an errant back pick.
Here's the 1-1. That one's popped up right side.
Infield fly should be in effect.
And settling underneath it is Logan Conklin for a big out number two.
Yeah, it's big time too, but that's a great pitch. And that's what he's been trying to do all day, is set up that inside corner to right-handers. He did just that. He went away, and then went inside with the two-seam.
First pitch to Joshua Delorier is fouled off for strike one. Delorier was hit by a pitch his first time up.
Be big if he can get out of this.
Vargas with a huge secondary at third, and this one is into right. Dane Stewart, and he'll make the catch for out number three. So for the second consecutive inning, Macedon strands two in scoring position, this time with the bases loaded. We're still scoreless going to the top of the third. Looking for an opportunity to promote your local business? Contact us today to become a sponsor of the Carolina Disco Turkeys. Opportunities start at just $100 per season. So to learn more, message sponsorships at discoturkeys.com. That's sponsorships at discoturkeys.com. We're back here in Thomasville, North Carolina to start the third inning. Nick McAdon has been great at working around base runners, and the man who caught the third out of the bottom of the second is up to start the third for Carolina. It's Dane Stewart, the right fielder. First pitch to him was in the opposite batter's box for ball one.
And McAdon has stranded 5 through just 2 innings.
4 of them in scoring position. 2-0, the count now to Dane Stewart, who has been struggling at the plate as of late.
That could be a confidence boost offensively as well as on the mound.
There's a called strike one to Dane Stewart.
That's a good take, though. I like it.
Stewart this season, 10 starts, 13 games overall. This is his 11th. He's batting .182, 6 hits, and 17 strikeouts. 7 bases on balls as well. He'll foul the 2-1 pitch off for a 2-2 count now.
A lot of his strikeouts have been in the swinging variety, though, so it's
Oh,
not
for
that he's
sure.
not singing the ball well. He's just not getting the results.
2-2 count, off speed, doesn't get back into the zone, 3-2.
Very good take right there on a 2-2 count. Pitcher on the mound thinks you want to get that one to drive.
Three-two. High for ball 4, and for the 8th time this year, Dane Stewart gets a base on balls.
And it's a leadoff walk at that.
So it'll bring up DJ Musser, who, like Stewart, has been a victim of the strikeout quite a few times this season, but lately he's been seeing the ball much better, putting the ball in play.
Now, Sunday especially, I thought he had his best pair of at-bats.
And that's a base hit. Musser's second of the year. It gets through the 4-hole, and Stewart's coming around for third, and the throw will be cut off, and it'll be runners on the corners with no outs for Carolina. DJ Musser coming through for the Disco Turkeys.
How about that? First pitch swing into a little inside-out action through the hole on the right side.
A little opposite field action for number 26 for Carolina. He'll mock himself a bit on first base. He got jammed and got lucky that one went the other way.
And that can build confidence too, right? You get a little cue shot base hit like that. All you got to do is see the ball go somewhere and find a hole.
And that one is in the air to right. Coming on, and what a catch by Delorier, tagging from third. Stewart did not go, and Musser got doubled off at first.
Why Stewart did not go, I don't know. I mean, it was shallow, yes, and you had to kind of read where it was, but if the guy is diving, I mean, there's really no reason not to go at that point.
And give credit where it's due. Delorier with a phenomenal catch out there in right field. And an even better sense of awareness to get Musser at first. So now there's 2 outs and a runner on third still in Dane Stewart for Dion Tubbs, who walked his first time up, and he'll take the first pitch for ball 1. Tubbs was also doubled off at first his last time on base. Here's the pitch from the man on the mound in navy blue, Jackson Shore, also outside, ball 2. That one's grounded back up the middle. Vargas throws on to first for out number 3. A good play by the Locos shortstop. And Carolina, after having runners on the corners with no outs, finds a way out of the inning scoreless yet again. We'll go to the bottom of the third, still 0-0 here in Thomasville. We're back here in Thomasville, North Carolina. For the bottom of the third, it's Carlos Mesquita, who walked his first time up. Nick Macadon back on the mound, and the first pitch from him is a little bit outside for ball one. And Mesquita, one of two Locos who have been stranded on third through just 2 innings. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it's a called strike one. Good job by Macadon to get back in the count.
Yeah, good comeback fastball right there.
1-1, here it is, and it's fouled off by Mesquita, and now Macadon's ahead, 1-2.
Very quickly, not only back in the count, but ahead in it. With a couple of good fastballs.
Macadon's had the fastball working for him as of late. Here's the 1-2. Off speed. Couldn't get Mesquita to reach for the slider. It's 2-2.
Yeah, good waist breaking ball right there, though. I like it.
2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three, and Macadon has got that fastball working in his favor here in Thomasville.
Yeah, you said it right there, but that was a little different than previously. He's gone with that straight four-seam. That looked like a little two-seam, maybe sinking action on it. I just fell off the table.
Bring up Gabe Rentis. First pitch to him, grounded hot to the left side, but foul.
Yeah, that's the second time already we've seen Macadon come inside on Rentis with a breaking ball, and Rentis out in front of it.
And Rentis is really one of the only guys who Macadon has come inside on at all. The 0-1 popped up, and I think that one's going to get out of play. Musser won't even make an attempt at it. And it's 1-1. Excuse me, 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Outside, ball one. Maybe Zell saw something I didn't. That clearly looked like ball one.
It didn't miss by much, but it missed.
Here's the 1-2. Same spot as the one before. Rentis not going after that outside breaking ball. Count 2-2.
Yeah, he's not chasing. Now you got to come right after him. Do not want to run the count full with one down.
2-2 pitch. And Rentis goes after that heater, and the second consecutive strikeout for Macadon makes it 2 outs in the inning.
What did I say? He had to come right after him? He came right after him, man. High piece of cheese, he said. Here it is, big boy. Try and hit it.
And Macadon is not a huge strikeout pitcher. Through 18 2/3 coming into the day, only 12 strikeouts on the year, and that was his 4th of the game. So number 18 in blue putting in work on the mound. And the first pitch to Luke Pritchett is grounded to short. Farrell on to Musser for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the third inning for the Locos. We'll go to the top of the fourth. We're still scoreless here at Finch Field in Thomasville, and the Disco Turkeys will have the meat of the order up right after this. We're back here for this game between the Disco Turkeys and Locos. Third time these two teams have met each other this year. Second time it's been here at Finch Field. It'll be Jeff Davis, Austin St. Laurent, and Logan Conklin due up for Carolina in the top of the fourth inning. Davis lined out to third base his last time up, but it was a very hard hit ball. Ended up being a double play after Deion Tubbs got doubled off at first. The first pitch to Davis is outside for ball one.
Yeah, as you said, solid contact that last AB. And a guy that's really been seeing the ball well and making solid contact.
That one ran in on Davis, but it's inside for ball two. Both teams scoreless through 3 innings. The difference, Carolina stranded 1. The Locos have stranded 5. And 4 of those 5 have been in scoring position. A hearty cut from Davis will make the count 2-1.
You got to be able to take advantage of that plus minus, I guess you would say, and runners stranded. When you can strand that many on the base pass on the opposition side, you got to be able to take advantage of that and scratch 1 or 2 across.
It's a 3-1 count to Jeff Davis, and the pitch is fouled off, and the count will run full.
I don't mind that swing 3-1 right there, especially on a fastball like that I think Jeff knows if he times that up, he can get around on it.
The pitch from Shore, 3-2, is outside for ball 4, and the leadoff man is aboard for Carolina for the third time in 4 innings.
Another leadoff walk right here. That offensively, especially with a guy with the speed of Jeff Davis, you have got to be able to take advantage of. And with the middle of the order coming up, now's the time to do it.
Davis, shockingly, only 1 stolen base on the year. He's got 8 runs scored, though, so it shows you that he knows his way around the base paths. Austin St. Laurent coming up, and his first pitch is flied into right field. It looks like Delorier is having a bit of trouble with it, but he'll make the catch right along the foul line for out number 1.
Yeah, I mean, I like the aggressiveness right there, but I don't know about the pitch recognition on it.
So it'll bring up Logan Conklin. Last game for Conklin. He went 0 for 1. He was plunked by a pitch, walked twice, and in his only official at-bat, he struck out looking. That one's in the dirt for ball 1. Today, he's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. But Conklin at the plate this year has been formidable, as we mentioned. .316 coming into the contest today. 6 RBIs, a double, and a home run. That one's in the dirt again, ball 2. Kix Farrell is on deck, and Christian Ezel lined up behind him.
Conklin can find a way to get on right here. It helped tremendously. The key right now is just to get the line moving.
Here's the 2-0 to Conklin. Swung on line to the right side, but it's foul.
A good hack, though, 2-0 on a fastball, middle in. Just a little bit behind it.
Two 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss from Conklin. He was looking to put that one over the hill in left center field, but the count's 2-2.
Yeah, I'm not upset about it. I like it a lot, actually. I like the aggressiveness. The timing just wasn't quite there.
Two pitch. Davis off and running. It's a hit and run. It's grounded weakly to the right side. And Shore will make the throw on to first for out number 2, but Davis is in scoring position for Kix Farrell.
Yeah, that's kind of a de facto sacrifice right there, you could say.
Almost as if he squared around a bunt. And we're not used to seeing weak grounders like that from Logan Conklin, but It does the job. Davis is in scoring position. The out was recorded, but kicks Farrell. We know what he can do at the plate.
Well, even if Davis wasn't running on that pitch, it still probably would have been tough to get him at second.
Oh, for sure.
But
first pitch to Farrell is in the dirt, ball 1. Farrell last time up, popped up to the second baseman over there in the Bermuda Triangle area, right there between first base, second base, and the right fielder.
got big holes on both sides of the infield here. Middle infield playing
They're
just that,
basically
very much
double
up the
depth.
middle.
They're basically in double depth with 2 outs, which is unheard of. That one a swing and a miss from Farrell, and it will even the count at 1.
And that might have something to do with the speed of Davis at second.
A base hit. Davis is most certainly getting the wave around third.
There's also a lot of room in the gap in left center.
1-1. Another swing and a miss from Farrell, this time on a pitch that was a bit high and away. It's a 1-2 count.
It's a little bit outside his happy zone. But you see how he's trying to go with it. The gap is not in left center, mind you. It's in right center. There's a lot of room.
One, two. That one hit kicks, and he'll be awarded first base, so it will bring up Dane Stewart.
And take that base runner any way you can get it now.
Excuse me, Christian Ezel coming up. I apologize. Ezel made very solid contact on the first pitch he saw last time up, but it was a fly out down the right field line.
You feel like he's just one good barrel up away from getting his second homer of the year.
And we saw him
Friday
just narrowly
missed
miss
it.
one. He's touched on it nearly every single time he's come to the plate since then. Ezel, a guy with a lot of power.
Well, that's because the beat has remained the same.
First pitch to Ezel, again in the dirt from shore. It's ball 1. Davis on second, Farrell on first. And there's 2 outs in the inning for Christian Ezel with Dane Stewart on deck. That one outside, ball 2. And Ezel is working the count on Jackson Shore right now.
Who is up over 50 pitches, mind you, just in through 3 2/3 now.
Pretty efficient work through the first 2 innings or so.
And made him work here in this in the third and the fourth.
Here's the 2-0. Big swing and a miss from Ezel, and is strike 1.
That's what we're seeing a lot of right now. Getting ahead in the count, you get aggressive. I love the mindset.
We've seen a lot of hearty swings from the Disco Turkey lineup today.
Well,
They're
with
looking
a
to
park
jump all over
a
pitches.
park like this that plays small, especially when it's only 365 out to the gaps, I don't blame him at all.
2-1. Another big swing and a miss from Ezel, and the Locos 1 pitch away from stranding another runner in scoring position. Stewart was stranded on third to end the last inning after he chose not to tag up on a fly ball to right field. Could have scored the first run of the game for Carolina. Instead, we're still scoreless here in the fourth.
And mark that decision down.
2-2. Davis off and running. It's outside. The throw to third. They got him. Jeff Davis caught stealing third to end the inning on a 2-2 pitch to Ezel. So he'll come back up when we come to the fifth, but we go to the bottom of the fourth. Still scoreless here in Thomasville. We're back here in Thomasville, North Carolina, where it's 6-7-8 due up for the second time for the Locos. Same group that started off the second inning for High Point and Thomasville. And that one's lined up the middle, and Tubbs will catch it. First pitch, first out of the inning for Nick McAdon.
That's what the doctor ordered right there. After a fairly long bottom half of the third for him, 1 pitch, 1 out to start the fourth. And it'll be halfway to 100 pitches now through 4 1/3, which is nothing short of efficient.
It's Nick Leonard, the designated hitter, last time up. A big single up the middle. So he's 1 for 1 on the day. The first pitch to him was high for ball 1. That one's over the plate, though. It'll even the count up.
I love how aggressive Nick McAdon is with the fastball.
He's not afraid of anybody at the plate. That one ran in on Leonard, but luckily for McAdon, it had a little bit of front door action, and it'll just miss him. It's 2-1.
Well, that's what he's been trying to do with it all day, is get it to break back over the front door side of the corner.
And that one, Leonard tried to check his swing. Didn't get it in time, though. The count's 2-2.
And he's pretty lucky he didn't make contact as late as he was on it. That's a ground
weak
out.
Ball. And not expecting to make contact, he's certainly getting thrown out at first. The 2-2, breaking ball that's outside, ball 3. It got away from Ezel a little bit.
He tried to get the power bat to chase right there. Especially after he checks his swing like that. You've set up for off-speed away.
3-2 count. Here's the pitch. And that one's popped up. It'll go foul. Nick Leonard staying alive in the count. Three-two pitch again. This time it's high for ball 4, and the Locos have their first base runner.
A pretty good job right there by Leonard to work the count in his favor.
Third walk issued by McAdon to go along with 2 hits and 2 hit batsmen. For the third time in 4 innings, the Locos have a base runner with less than 2 outs. So it'll bring up Mason Everhart from University of North Carolina Central. That pitch was high for ball 1. Everhart struck out swinging on just 3 pitches his last time up. Throw back to first, not in time to get Leonard.
Just keeping him honest over there.
1-0. That one ran up and in on Everhart. It's ball 2.
I don't hate the idea, though. Let's bring it down a little bit. I'll back him off the plate a little bit.
That one's high into left. Still going back, and the bat
No
flip.
chance.
What a shot from Mason Everhart. A 2-run home run, and it breaks the scoring open for the Locos. It's 2-0 High Point Thomasville.
Oh, that was an absolute bomb and more than worthy of a bat flip.
Nothing that Davis or Tubbs could do but stand and watch. An absolute
Davis didn't
moonshot.
even move. I mean, did not even move. That shows you how far it was. I couldn't even see where it landed. I mean,
It went just...
probably went out on the street.
It went just over the corner that is formed between the scoreboard and the yellow line out there in left center field, and that's one of the deeper parts of the park.
Yeah, that left center field gap is about 10 feet deeper than the right center field gap. It's about 375, whereas the right center gap is 365. So that is, other than, that part of the park's deeper than just dead center. Dead center kind of slopes in, too, so.
Called strike 1, and it's a 1-1 count to Nathan Childers, the second baseman. He was hit by a pitch his last time up.
Whoa.
And McAdon seems to have lost a little bit of his control here.
Need to get a bounce back pitch right here. Can't let that bomb shake you up on the mound.
Chase Locklear and new addition Brian Coleman have made their way out to the Carolina bullpen.
Be interesting to see what kind of stuff Brian has if he can enter the ball game.
Brian, one of our good friends, making his first appearance for the Disco Turkeys potentially. First time he's been in the lineup as Macadon on the 3-1 pitch. Gets one over the heart of the plate, and it's a full count now.
Very important to come back there 3-1.
That one's fouled off by by Childers. And the count will stay full. Three-two pitch, grounded to second base. Conklin ranging over for it, fields it on a backhand, and it's in time for out number 2.
Good fundamental play right there. A guy that, as we've talked about, not a traditional second baseman, but fielded that cleanly and the right way, too. Charged it, fielded it on the backhand, gathered, made a nice, easy throw.
So it'll bring up Nick Bowles, who's 0 for 2 on the day. That one ran inside on him. It's ball 1.
Good pitch, though. Now you've set up for breaking balls away.
1-0. That one's fouled off by Bowles, and it'll even the count up. Nice. 1-1.
Oh.
And that one ran in on Bowles again. Don't know how it didn't hit him. It's 2-1.
Just enough bend on that one, I think. And that wasn't the intention at all either. Shows you how much break that curveball of his has.
2-1 is in there for a called strike, too, and Macadon just one pitch away from setting the Locos down in order after that big shot from Mason Everhart. 2-2. Ooh, that was very close to the outside corner. Instead, the count will go full. Third full count that Macadon has allowed in this inning.
That was a great spot for that fastball, though. He's living on that outside half, and I like it.
3-2. Popped up into center field. Tubbs, easy play, and he'll get underneath it for out number 3. But the damage done by the Locos. The first run's up on the board, courtesy of a big 2-run shot from the left fielder, Mason Everhart. It's 2-0 Locos as we go to the top of the 5th. We're back here to start the top of the 5th. It'll be Christian Ezel making his way back up to the plate for Carolina after Jeff Davis was caught stealing third to end the last half inning. Ezel had worked the count to 3-1 before his at-bat was cut short. So the first pitch to Ezel to start the fifth will be high and outside for ball one. Carolina in this one has stranded two. And that one's high for ball two. Only one hit on the day for Carolina so far. It came courtesy of DJ Musser in the top of the third. Big swing and a miss on a pitch that was a bit outside. Will make the count 2-1 now. 60 pitches now for Shore on the mound. And it'll be a 2-1 pitch outside and in the dirt to Ezel. Count 3-1 now. Three-one pitch to Ezel. Called strike two. He's worked the count full yet again. And Ezel thought that he was standing on first.
Yeah, it looked a little bit outside right there.
Full count. Here's the pitch to Ezel. A big swing and a miss. Ball that ran up and in on him. It's, believe it or not, only the third strikeout for Jackson Shore. Still hasn't allowed a run. 4 1/3 shutout innings, and it'll bring up Dane Stewart.
Good stuff from him so far, and something the Locos definitely needed on the mound since the last matchup.
First pitch to Dane Stewart is in the dirt, ball one. Against the Locos on Wednesday, Carolina had a pretty good day. The final score in that one was 5-3 in favor of the Disco Turkeys. And the Locos seemed pretty futile at the plate. Only one of their runs that they scored was earned. Meanwhile, Dane Stewart's ahead in the count 2-0, and the pitch to him is grounded to the left side, but foul. And Chase Locklear has officially taken the mound in the bullpen to start warming up for Carolina.
Brian Coleman is catching. Just some long toss right now to get him loose.
Chance we'll see both of those guys later on in the ball game. Probably Locklear will be first. As Stewart fouls one off, it's 2-2.
Couple of good hacks, though. Way out in front of the 2-0 and then behind the 2-1, but...
Right, this is the best we've seen Stewart swing the stick in some time. 2-2 pitch, a swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt, and it's the second consecutive strikeout in the inning for Jackson Shore, and the second out for Carolina. So it'll bring up DJ Musser, the first baseman, the only guy in the lineup for Carolina, almost 2 times through, still the only hit. He got jammed on a pitch inside, went the other way on it, and it was a single for number 26 in Carolina blue. The first pitch to Musser is low for ball one.
He seems to be seeing the ball a lot better now.
70 pitches now for Shore as he bounces another one again. It's 2-0. One thing Shore's done a really good job of today is getting himself back into counts that he pitched his way out of. He's been behind in the count a lot today, but he's gotten back in them and gotten outs when he's needed them. 2-0 pitch. Can't do it that time, though. It's 3-0 to number 26.
If I'm not mistaken, that might be the first 3-0 count we've seen.
I believe that is correct.
Because when it's gotten to 2-0 all day, he's been able to fight his way back. It's gone to 3-1.
That one's high for ball four, and a 4-pitch walk, uncharacteristic of Shore. It'll put Musser on base for the second time in as many tries.
Musser will certainly take it, as will Carolina.
Musser was batting just .077 coming into the day, and That base hit's going to do him a lot of help. This is just his 4th start of the year, 7th appearance overall, and it'll bring up Keaton Westhoff, who flew out to right. Ended up being a 9-3 double play. That one's in the dirt. 5th straight ball thrown by Shore, and it's 1-0 to the designated hitter for Carolina. Musser is the runner on first. Not much of a lead. 1-0 pitch, outside corner, and finally Shore gets back in the count. It's 1-1.
That's a good spot right there on the outer edge. Westhoff, a pull hitter for the most part.
Dion Tubbs, leadoff man, is on deck. Westhoff lines that one through the whole right side, and it'll be the 2nd consecutive 2-out base runner for Carolina. A little bit of a chance for a rally here as the lineup flips over.
As soon as I say he's a pull hitter for the most part, he goes oppo through the hole, just like DJ Musser did, except this one, contact was a little bit more solid on it.
And so Tubbs, who's 0 for 1 on the day, has a chance with a runner in scoring position.
It's a couple of really good at-bats, though.
So the 2 hits on the day for Carolina belong to the bottom 2 men in the order. The infield is playing back, exception being Mesquita at third for Dion Tubbs. First pitch to Tubbs looked pretty good to me, but it's ball 1. Tubbs will take it one way or the other.
And that shows you how well he's seeing the ball right now. To spit on that, it's a great take.
2 outs, 2 runners on. 1-0 pitch down and into Tubbs, 2-0. Still no action in the Loco bullpen. Can't really blame him, but
Nope, the way he's been pitching, I mean, this is the first real jam he's faced other than
the bottom of the 3rd. And that one, again, was the bottom of the lineup that's given Shore trouble. That one's inside to Dion. It's 3-0.
another big spot right here. Think you green light him?
I don't
with
know.
2 outs, I don't think
Not
so.
with 2 outs, down by 2 in a tight game like this. I don't think you can. Jeff Davis on deck, who's 0 for 1, but he made hard contact. That one's in there, strike 1, so the green light was not on. Davis lined out to third in the 1st inning. Ended up being a 5-3 double play. And walked his last time up, got caught stealing third to end the 4th inning. 3-1, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And that's one's good. I
don't know.
I don't agree with that take from Dion, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
On a 3-1 count, that's a hittable pitch, and the count runs full with 2 outs, so Musser and Westhoff will likely be moving on the pitch.
These are situations you have to take advantage of and be aggressive on pitches like that, especially ahead in the count.
3-2. Outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Carolina.
Caught a break right there. It was pretty much the same exact spot, just a little bit further outside.
So Dion sees 6 pitches, doesn't swing at any of them, and earns himself a free base. And now we'll have some action in the Loco bullpen. It'll be Derek Martinez making his way out there for High Point and Thomasville. This should just be a mound visit for the Locos to get things under control as Jeff Davis is coming up to the plate. He's got 4 RBIs on the year, 7 hits, batting .226 through 11 games, 8 of them starts. This is number 9. He's also made an appearance on the mound this season, the sophomore outfielder from Winston-Salem. 1 inning pitch, 2 hits allowed and 1 walk, but no runs and 1 strikeout. The most RBIs Jeff Davis has ever had in a single game since his collegiate playing days at Guilford Tech began was 2. It came on February 27th of this year. He also had 2 RBIs in the game against the Statesville Owls on June 6th. He's got a chance to get 2 or more right here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. The first pitch to him from Shore is a good bit outside for ball 1. Locklear has stopped warming up in the Carolina bullpen. (1-0). A big swing and a miss from Davis, and it's a 1-1 count.
Davis, an alum, as am I, of Reagan High School, who had a 1-0 lead in the best-of-3 state title series. But Fuquay Varina came back to win the next two and take the 4A state title away from the Raiders.
It's a 2-1 count now to Jeff Davis after that one was outside for ball 2. Musser on third, Westhoff on second, and Tubbs on first. That one is grounded left side by Davis. It's a fair ball, and Amezquita will just step on third for the third out. So the Disco Turkeys will strand 3 here in the top of the 5th. The best scoring opportunity they've had today goes foul. It's still 2-0 Locos as we go to the bottom of the 5th. We're back here for the bottom of the 5th inning. Carolina trails 2-0 after a 2-run shot, courtesy of Mason Everhart in the bottom half of the last inning. And Macedon back on the mound for Carolina. The first pitch to Joshua Delorier is in the opposite batter's box for a 1-0 count.
I think from the Locos' perspective, this is a pretty important add-on inning.
You got to try to get something off of Macedon before he exits the game as Chase Locklear is back up and throwing in the Carolina pen. Here's the 2-0. Delorier, a big cut on that one. It was down and in, right in his wheelhouse, but it's a swing and a miss for strike 1.
Yeah, that's a swing for a 2-0 count, though, that's for sure.
76 pitches now for Macedon. Here's the 2-1 in the dirt, 3-1.
Now you want to talk about a hitter's count with a chance to add on to the lead.
Grounded to the second base side. Conklin will make the play. Throw on, and Musser was led off the bag. It's an E4, or E3, I would say.
Yeah, I would say E3 for sure.
What should have been a routine ground out is instead a leadoff base runner for the Locos. If you're Musser, you got to keep that back foot down while lifting up your front foot, rather than the other way around.
Exactly.
Throw back to first for Delorier. Not in time.
Delorier is pretty fleet of foot over there, so.
Ground ball to the left side. St. Laurent will grab it on the bare hand, but in foul territory. It's 0-1. Today, the Locos have stranded 5 base runners. Carolina the same. For Carolina, 3 of those 5 have been in scoring position, 2 of them making it to third base. 4 of the 5 in scoring position for the Locos as that one catches the high and away corner. It's 0-2 to Carlos Amezquita.
That'd be a big out if he can get it here on the mound.
And Amezquita has been killer against the Disco Turkeys at this field this year as he swings and misses on strike 3 and his second strikeout of the afternoon.
And a big one at that from Carolina's perspective of things.
So it'll bring up Gabe Rentis, who, like Amezquita, was 1 for 1 before this plate appearance with a walk and a strikeout. Same thing for Amezquita, walked in the first, struck out in the third.
Locklear has exited the bullpen now.
And the first pitch from Macedon misses for ball 1.
You'd have to assume that he's hot and ready, but you want Macedon to try and get through the 5th to at least be eligible.
Back pick to first. Musser can't field the throw. And that could be costly as Delorier was kind of caught in no man's land. He had a pretty big secondary over there at first base. A good idea for Mizel to throw back. It's a 1-1 count to Rentis.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, he dove back pretty darn quick, too, as he knew how far off he was.
1-1. Outside corner, strike 2.
Really good pitch right there.
I'll tell you what, that outside corner to right-handed batters has been really hit or miss today on both sides.
It's been somewhat lenient at times, and it's been somewhat unforgiving at times.
That one is lined into left. Davis can't get to it. It'll make its way onto the hill and left. Gunning for third, and St. Laurent will have to come off the bag. The throw gets away from both Farrell and St. Laurent. And it's a double for Gabe Rentis.
It would have been a double regardless, I think, but Davis just misplayed that. And when you've got an late morning, early afternoon game like this, that sun field can be tough, but that's the only part of the outfield that's kind of in the shadows.
So it'll bring up Luke Pritchett with 1 out. And 2 runners in scoring position. Pritchett 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a ground out. But a ground ball here will bring in a run.
I think with 1 out, if you're Carolina, you concede it.
And that one is in the infield. Ground ball to Logan Conklin. It's out number 2 and run number 3 for the Locos, 3-0.
That is exactly what happened right there. I mean, on a play like that, especially one that's a high chopper, you got no chance to get it at home anyways, but if that was the case, regardless, I think, again, if you're Carolina, you're happy with taking the out right there. Now, if you're Macedon on the mound, you got to pitch for a strikeout here.
Well, you got 2 outs. You can go for an out any way you want. Vargas will ground that one to the right side, but it gets foul after a sharp bounce right along the chalk. Count 1-1.
As you know, soft as this infield has been playing,
it'll be a 1-1 count to Jose Vargas, who's 1 for 2 on the day with an infield single and a line out to center. He'll foul the 1-1 pitch off. It's 1-2.
assume this would be, again, Macedon's last inning. Up now to 90 pitches on the afternoon.
And down 3-0, the best he can do is a no contest or a no decision. 1-2, fouled off yet again by Vargas. It's 90 pitches now for Macedon.
You don't want him to be the losing pitcher, so if he gets through this, yeah, no decision would be.
He's the only Disco Turkey pitcher this season with 3 losses to his credit. Here's the 1-2. It's outside for ball 2. Nick Leonard on deck, who walked and was brought in to score on the big shot from Mason Everhart in the last inning.
Was it ever a big one?
That was the most no-doubt home run we've seen this season from anybody in a game.
Absolutely.
In favor of Carolina or not.
I mean, that no matter what side you're on, that's impressive. But you got to appreciate that.
2-2. Here's the pitch. And it is fouled off yet again by Vargas.
He is making him work out there to get through this bottom half of the 5th.
For Carolina, you got to find an out here. Got to find a way to strand another base runner.
And 4-0 to be a completely different story.
2-2. High, ball 3.
Saw Ezel take a look down to third right there.
Three-two, fouled back. 95th pitch of the day for Macedon will be one that Vargas fouls off to keep himself alive.
And he reared back for it. That was about 95 on the radar gun to boot.
Derek Martinez still warming up in the Loco bullpen. The big lefty from NCA&T. Here's the 3-2. That one's popped up left side, foul ground, might be playable. St. Laurent can't get to it.
Just a little bit out of reach over to the patio area over there.
The 10th pitch of the at-bat finds its way out to the picnic tables in left field. Foul territory. And this will be pitch 11 to Jose Vargas. Pitch 97 on the day for Macedon. Here it is. Fouled off again. Phenomenal AB one way or the other from Vargas right here, making Macedon earn this last out.
You said it. I mean, he's fouling off tough pitches. Tough pitch after tough pitch after tough pitch.
Vargas will step out. Count still 3-2. Luke Pritchett with an RBI ground out to bring in Joshua Delorier here in the 5th. Here's the pitch. That one's up the middle. Tubbs gets a read on it and makes the catch for out number 3. But High Point and Thomasville able to scratch across one more here in the bottom of the 5th. We go to the top of the 6th. Carolina down 3-0 with a chance to get some back after this. Hey, Ostentation Nation, visit the Foul Territory Team store today in order to grab all your favorite Carolina Disco Turkeys merchandise to show your team spirit. You can visit this team store at Truist Stadium during our next home game, which will be Thursday, this Thursday that is, or at discoturkeys.com.
And we also want to note that there are a limited number of Pride t-shirts from Pride Night and koozies available on the team store website. And a new pitcher on the mound for the Locos as well, Graham.
It'll be Derek Martinez, as we mentioned, from NCA&T. Big number 21. He's been used as a pinch hitter against Carolina before. We know he's got a big bat, but we'll see what the big arm can do for the Aggie product.
Watch out for the breaking stuff from him, too. From what I was watching out in the bullpen and what I'm seeing right now in warm-ups, the breaking stuff looks pretty deceptive.
So 5 innings for Jackson Shore, only 2 hits.
Eligible for the win.
First pitch from Martinez to Austin St. Laurent is a swing and a miss for strike 1.
Aggressive right off the bat against a new arm. I don't hate it.
St. Laurent watches a backdoor slider not quite get back into the zone. It's 1-1.
There's that deceptive breaking stuff right there. Fouled back.
And a 1-2 count again. St. Laurent finds himself in a hole. He'll line that one into deep left center field. Still going back, and it'll be gone. That's a home run. That one sneaks over the left center field fence from Austin St. Laurent, and Carolina's on the board with a solo shot for the ECU Pirate product.
Yeah, we knew it was a matter of time until he got a hold of one. And he did right there, deepest part of the ballpark, a ball that just kept carrying. And we saw that in the first game in the history of this ball club against the Hightons with Hayden Setzer hit a ball out that way that looked to be, die on the warning track, but it just kept carrying. There is something about a fly ball out there that just gets going, but take nothing away from St. Laurent. Made really solid contact on that. Would have been an extra base hit regardless, but great stuff right there, and a good job to get Carolina on the board with one swing.
I thought I might have seen that ball bounce off the base of the wall.
It's tough to tell because
the
warning track is raised, and the white Budweiser sign from our angle.
There really is no warning track, truly.
It's just grass.
It's just a grass hill out
it's
there.
Raised,
in left field.
Yeah, it's raised, I guess, somewhat to indicate to the fielder that, hey, the wall's there, but then it slopes down and right. So, I don't know.
And Conklin on a 2-0 pitch will foul that one off.
I don't know about the pitch selection right there. That's not exactly in the wheelhouse, and there's already more action in the HPT bullpen.
It looks like Tyler Lloyd, but we'll get a closer look in a second, I believe. And
that's ball 4.
I believe that was a 3-1 count. So Conklin had the green light on 3-0 rather than 2-0. And it's the second consecutive base runner. This time it'll actually be a chance to run the bases for Logan Conklin,
who is a very good base runner at that, and kicks Farrell, who's maybe switched up bats to try and change the mojo a little bit.
Called strike 1 to Farrell. He's 0 for 1 on the day, popped up to second base and was hit by a pitch his last time up. 3-1, Locos lead the Disco Turkeys, and that one's inside and in the dirt for ball 1. Got lost in the feet of Farrell. And Rentis making his way back to it before Conklin could break for second.
A good play by Rentis right there to find it quickly.
One. That one's lined into right center field. That's going to get down. Conklin gunning for third, and he won't even be close to being out at third. It's runners on the corners with no outs after that big single from Kix Farrell.
Thought that would have been hit well enough to get in the gap and get to the wall. But
I thought so too.
A good play in right field to get behind that and cut it off and hold Kix Farrell to a single. But regardless of if that ball gets deeper, Conklin might be scoring on it.
So it'll bring up Christian Ezel, who's 0 for 2 with a fly out and a strikeout. Runners on the corners, no outs.
It'd be a good time for him to get a hold of one right here.
Oh, absolutely. Conklin on third, Farrell on first. Here's the pitch. High and away, ball one. Derek Martinez coming in relief of the starter Jackson Shore. First batter he sees goes yard, and followed up by a walk and a single. Carolina's in business.
Nothing but traffic.
That one is hit hard, but foul. Back to the right side. It's 1-1.
I like the approach right there. Trying to go the other way.
I swear to you, everything that comes off the bat of Christian Ezel,
It's loud.
It looks like
It's
it
loud.
has an exit velo of triple digits. About 100 miles an hour off the bat every single time.
Well, that's the bat speed, too. I mean, that has as much to do with it as anything, is how quick his bat is.
That's a good two-seam fastball by Martinez. It gets in there 1-2.
Now, you saw that thing bend and dive right on the inner half, and from a lefty to a righty, that's pitching backwards almost.
1-2 the count to Ezel.
Uh-oh.
They got Farrell. He's off and running for second, and
Oh!
Farrell's going to get away. Pritchett lost control of the throw to second. Farrell's going to be safe on second base, and Conklin's going to come in to score. It's 3-2 Thomasville.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Thanks for the gift.
So put it in your scorebooks as an E3, and it looks like second base popped loose. They're going to have to try to settle that. And Pritchett, very upset with himself at first.
Well, understandably so. I mean, on a pickoff play especially.
And one when they had Farrell dead to rights.
Yep. But Farrell took off, though. He was going to make it a close play probably. Here's the other thing, or at least stop and try and stay in a rundown long enough for Conklin to try and score.
A run was coming in at that point one way or the other.
Exactly. Once he made it halfway to second, he's either going to try and beat the throw or he's going to try and stay in the pickle long enough for Conklin to find a way home. But instead,
Conklin's got some speed in his own right.
Exactly, and that's why you saw Conklin kind of stop halfway between third and home plate.
And they're going to have to dig some dirt out of the hole out there that second base goes into. This might take a while.
It might take a hot minute. It's not even 1 o'clock yet. We got time.
That we do. Great weather out here in Thomasville.
Beautiful afternoon at one of the more historic fields we'll play at this summer.
A lot of summer camps out here today for a day game. It's a pretty good crowd.
Very good crowd.
One of the best we've seen on the road in anywhere except for Boone.
A lot of kids enjoying this one. Hopefully some with scorebooks out.
I haven't seen
any, but I would not be shocked.
There's still time. So the count is 1-2 to Christian Ezel. That one is outside for ball 2, I believe. The wind's starting to pick up here, carrying.
That might have something to do with the home run ball.
Saw it ripple the jersey of Ezel a little bit. I believe the count to be 2-2.
Now it's blowing back in.
And here's the pitch from Martinez. Farrell standing on second. Outside, ball 3.
2 pitches in a row. Off speed out and away. Ezel not biting, so now what do? You got a base open.
You get text rate. There's no game for the middle of the inning. And then
Ezel will step out. This will be the 18th pitch of the inning for Martinez. Already 2 runs across. One of them courtesy of a home run from Austin St. Laurent. Ezel will foul that one back. Rentis a little bit upset with himself that he couldn't hold on to it for strike 3.
That's a good full count swing, though, to fight that off.
It is Tyler Lloyd in the bullpen for the Locos.
back already.
3-2 pitch. Here it is. Fouled off again by Ezel.
Way to battle up there, 1-0. Fights off a couple of really good, tough pitches after taking 2 really good, tough pitches prior to.
Dane Stewart, who's 0 for 1 on the day, is on deck. Struck out in the 4th. Here's the 3-2, outside, ball 4. Runners on first and second for the Disco Turkey, still no outs.
Yeah, and you get into foul a couple off right there on the mound. I think you just eat it with a base open and a power bat like that at the plate.
That's a great plate appearance from Ezel to work that pitch count. It was 8 pitches before the walk was finally drawn.
Still, nobody out, mind you.
Carolina was down 3-0 in the start of this inning. They got 1 back immediately. And now it's 2. Stewart watches that one.
That was
Very
close.
good pitch, but it's ball 1. Stewart walked his first time up. He was the first base runner of the day. I apologize. First base runner of the day that did not get picked off for
There you go.
Carolina. Dion was the leadoff man and ended up getting on. A swing and a miss from Stewart for strike 1.
He didn't miss that by much.
Dion Tubbs with a leadoff walk to start the game, but was doubled off. Bottom of the order has had success today. Musser and Westhoff were the only 2 hits on the day until that home run from St. Laurent. The 1-1 pitch is in the dirt. It'll be ball 2. Dane Stewart was stranded on third in the 3rd inning. Two 1 count. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 3. And Martinez in danger of loading the bases.
That is a really good take right there from Dane Stewart.
And while I'd like to see him get a bit aggressive at the plate, at the same time, it's frustrating for Martinez when you're getting so close to the zone and it's not going your way. Here's the 3-1. That's a pitch you got to swing at.
Yep.
Here's count. Up at the letters. Middle high.
Especially with the wind. Well, it's not blowing right now, but it's been blowing out to left. Then I got to choke up and try and put something in play.
It's a 3-2 count with no outs yet again. Here's the pitch to Stewart. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and it's the first out in the inning. 2nd consecutive K for Stewart in the ball game.
And a big first out at that.
26 pitches for Martinez until he got out number 1. It'll bring up DJ Musser, who's 1 for 1 on the day. Got doubled off at first in the 3rd inning for the 2nd out after a fly out to right field and walked and was ended up stranded on 3rd. Farrell off and running for 3rd. He got a great jump. Martinez didn't even give him a look at 2nd.
He hadn't even thrown the pitch before Farrell was halfway to 3rd.
Hadn't even started his windup. It's 1-0 count to Musser. Runners on the corners now, 1 out. Throw back to Ezel. Nearly got away from Pritchett at first, but able to snag that one. Pitch number 28. Swing and a miss from Musser. Got him jammed.
It's a good hack, though.
It's a 1-1 count now to the Disco Turkey first baseman. 1-1. Lined into center, and this one is going to be caught, but it's going to be a sac fly and RBI for DJ Musser, and this one is tied as Farrell comes in to score.
Atta boy, DJ. Not trying to do too much right there. Put it in play. Good things happen. And he'll get the RBI and, more importantly, tie the ball game. Good day from him so far offensively. Best we've seen from him.
Great day for DJ Musser. He gets his first RBI on the season, gets his second hit of the year. Still 1 for 1 on the day as Keaton Westhoff comes up. Swing and a miss on the first pitch from Westhoff. Strike one. He singled his last time up through the 3-4 hole to the right side opposite field.
That was another good piece of hitting.
He's put the ball in play every time he's come up. Let's see if he can keep it going. Ezel on first. That one's outside, ball 1.
And with Dion on deck.
Lineup set to roll over. Ezel off and running. Pitches in there, strike 2. Ezel is safe at second. In a collision.
Oh, goodness.
And Ezel's down.
The throw hit him, number 1. Number 2 on the slide, it looked like he tripped over the backside of the bag and then maybe took a part of the leg right to the midsection right there.
The good news is that Ezel is up on his feet. It is in a crouch, but still no longer on hands and knees. Still a tough collision one way or the other.
Absolutely.
The count's 1-2 to Westhoff at the plate. The scoreboard here in Finch Field is incorrect. That last pitch was called strike 2. Ezel still crouched down at second base.
Hey, you hope at the most you just got the wind knocked out of him. And if that's indeed all that happened, that's fortunate. He's back up on his feet now.
There you go, Christian. On the plus side, it's Ezel's first stolen base of the year. Silver lining. First time he's even attempted to steal a base.
He might just need a sec here to catch his breath.
And for the Locos, it gives Martinez another chance to try to collect himself. And they're going to keep Ezel in the game.
Wow.
Ezel waves off Cabana, says he doesn't want a pinch runner. So we'll go back to the matter at hand at the plate. Keaton Westhoff is up with 2 outs. Carolina was scoreless coming into the 6th. And they've tied this ball game up at 3. Christian Ezel stands in scoring position. The first run of the inning came on a solo shot. The leadoff man, Austin St. Laurent, with his first home run of the year. Then Logan Conklin, who walked, came around to score on a throwing error by Luke Pritchett, the first baseman, trying to catch Kix Farrell, stealing second. And then DJ Musser, just 1 at-bat ago with a sacrifice fly to bring in Kix.
A big pitch right here in a tie ball game.
1-2, here it is. And Westhoff checked his swing but fouled it off. He'll stay alive. That was ball 2, but you'll take the defensive swing to keep the count alive.
Absolutely, 100%. You love that mentality to stay alive. On any close pitch, you love the mentality to at least try and get the bat on it.
1-2 to Westhoff. And that one's grounded to left side. It's through for a base hit. Keaton Westhoff's second hit of the day. And Cabana will hold Ezel at third as the left fielder for the Locos, Mason Everhart, was nearly all the way in on the cut of the grass.
A really good play to charge that, too.
And so it will roll over the lineup to the top. Dion Tubbs making his 4th plate appearance. He's 0 for 1 on the day, has walked twice and grounded out. And for Keaton Westhoff, came into this game with just 1 hit on the year, and he's tripled that. He's got 2 today. First pitch to Dion Tubbs. Good off-speed pitch. Outside corner, strike 1.
A good spot for it, too.
Big chance for Tubbs right here. Here's the 0-1. Swing up the middle, and this one will be taken by Vargas, the shortstop, for out number 3. So Carolina will strand 2, but they get 3 across, and this game is tied. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th, and the Locos a chance to get some of it back. Tie ball game again, 3-3 here at Finch Field. We're back after this. We're back here to start the bottom of the 6th. Carolina was down 3-0 to start this inning, and they got all 3 of them back. We've got a bit of a defensive development. Austin St. Laurent is behind the plate. Chase Locklear is on the mound. Keaton Westhoff comes in to second base as Logan Conklin shifts over to third.
Well, that's interesting.
I could not have seen this coming, I'll tell you that.
Well, St. Laurent's got an arm. We know that.
So I think that is due to Ezel,
Right.
his collision at second base. That's the only thing I can think of. But
There's no Trey Newman here today either, so he did not make the trip, to our knowledge.
But the final line for Macedon: 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 3 walks, 5 Ks, 96 pitches, and a 3-3 ball game. And the first pitch from Chase Locklear to Nick Leonard is a big swing and a miss for strike 1.
And that's an interesting decision.
First time we've seen St. Laurent behind the plate.
It's an interesting decision that
Conklin's at third instead of St. Laurent.
Instead of vice versa, exactly.
I like what I'm seeing from Austin behind the plate, though.
Yeah, good pick right there. And
count 2-1.
positionally, a lot of the same mechanics.
At third base, right?
Exactly.
It's just you got to crouch a little bit more.
Yeah, you got to bend down a little bit more.
And you got to be able to frame the pitch. But see if St. Laurent can do anything of that sort. That one is lined into right field. It'll drop for a base hit. Westhoff couldn't get a good read on it, and it's a leadoff base runner for the Locos.
Second time we've seen him get a cue shot base hit.
Nick Leonard.
And again, you can't be too upset with that on the mound. You made a good pitch.
And Leonard's having a good day at the plate. He's 2 for 2 and has a walk. Came around to score a run. Let's see if he can do it again here as Mason Everhart, who brought him in with a big 2-run shot his last time up.
He got every bit of it, too.
Every single piece of the baseball. And then Locklear, let's see his approach here. First pitch is inside, and it's fouled off, 0-1.
Came in
I
on
don't
him.
think Leonard knows, as he took off for second, and he's going to end up having to go back.
Well, no, I don't think he made contact.
Did he not?
I think he swung and it hit him. If I saw that correctly.
That's a bad break.
Well, now we're going to get a discussion to see if he did make contact. Either way, it's strike one.
It is strike one, but the difference is whether or not Leonard is standing on first or second.
And he is indeed standing on second now.
So a tough break for Carolina, but
it looked like that's what happened initially, is that he went around on the check swing and it hit him in the foot or the shin. And luckily for him, he's got that shin guard on that front leg.
outside, ball 1.
Not by much.
So if I had to imagine, Ezel is probably going to transition to designated hitter just so that he doesn't have to crouch behind the plate.
Right.
But
because Westhoff was the DH, and now he's at
a ground ball to the right side. Locklear will throw on to first for out number 1. But advancing to third on the play is Nick Leonard, and so a runner standing 90 feet, the leading run 90 feet, with 1 out.
You'll take that all day and twice on Sundays, though. Now here's the problem. You can't let anything out of the infield on this AB.
So it's Nathan Childers from Guilford Tech, teammate of Jeff Davis, mind you. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Was hit by a pitch in the second inning and grounded out in the 4th. First pitch to him. Inside corner, called strike 1. Good spot from Locklear on that one.
Now you said it, great spot. That's where he lived a lot Sunday afternoon in the start.
He pitched very well on Sunday. Just not enough to get the win.
I mean, he was pounding inside.
St. Laurent.
All right.
I like what I'm seeing from 12 behind the dish. He'll fake the throw back to third. The pitch was high. The count even at 1. That one's in the dirt to St. Laurent. A good job.
Block.
Very good job by Austin. And that, we talked about it before. If you watched during this last homestand, the Disco Turkeys already had an embarrassment of riches at the catcher position. Now you throw Austin St. Laurent.
They got 4 of them.
They got 4 very serviceable catchers.
Might have to add a C to his scoreboard bio at home this weekend.
Listed as a pitcher / infielder. I guess you could say catcher's still in the infield. Technically
speaking, yeah. But also technically speaking, that's a completely different position than infielder.
You are correct. It's a 3-1 count. Here's the pitch from Locklear. High for ball 4, so now runners on the corners with just 1 out.
Well, had a base open, so not the worst thing in the world, but you got more traffic now.
So it'll bring up a pinch hitter, Shamar Dalton, coming in for Nick Bowles, who was 0 for 3 on the day.
Another Guilford Techian.
I apologize, that's William Stevens, not Shamar Dalton. I had the numbers mixed up. Another teammate of Jeff Davis. He squares to bunt, and either he didn't get the bat back in time or
that was
caught
just
the high and outside corner.
It did catch the high outside corner because he definitely pulled it back.
It's strike 1 way or the other. Bit of a squeeze scenario here. Won't go for it again. That's called strike 2.
Great job. Hey, and I'll give that to St. Laurent, too. That was a pretty good frame on both those pitches right there. Not that they weren't strikes or weren't close to being as such, but made the call pretty definitive with good frames behind the plate.
0-2 count to William Stevens, the pinch hitter. Here it is. A big swing, a big fly, left field. Davis going back on the wall. It's gone. A pinch hit home run on an 0-2 count for William Stevens, and it's a 6-3 ball game. As quickly as that 3-run lead for the Locos vanished, with one swing of a bat, it comes back.
Wow. That hurts.
So it'll clear the bases. Second home run allowed by the Disco Turkeys today.
Now batting, right fielder from High Point University, number 25.
And it'll bring up Josh Delorier. 0 for 2 on the day. Reached on an error in the fifth. Ended up coming around to score. That one's in there. Called strike one to number 25 in Navy. It's a 1-1 count to Delorier from Locklear. That one, solid contact again, this time very foul. Right side. And the
You
count
got to
moves
find a way to
1-2.
get out of this without any more damage done.
The good news is it seems that the bats have come alive for Carolina as well. We could be in for a shootout as we go down the stretch here. Wow. Called strike three.
I was getting
finally.
ready to say.
It took him long enough. And it's out number 2.
Thank goodness that was painted on the outside corner. I was like, what are you waiting on up there? Ring it.
Now batting, third baseman from St. Andrews, number 7, Carlos Mesquita.
So it's Carlos Mesquita who will come in. That one's over the outside corner, called strike one. And I like what I'm seeing here from Locklear, despite the big fly, forgetting about it pretty quickly.
Yep, I like the selective amnesia for sure. You got to have a short memory, especially when you come in as a reliever.
0-1. Same spot, this time ball one.
Yeah, pretty good frame job right there by St. Laurent, but our home plate umpire was not buying it.
22nd pitch is a swing and a miss, strike 2. And one pitch away from getting out of the inning.
Good spot down and in, too.
The Locos lead the Disco Turkeys 6-3 on the 3-run shot from the pinch hitter, William Stevens. 1-2. Called strike 3, but the ball gets away from St. Laurent. The throw to first won't come. And it's a pass ball from Austin St. Laurent that results in the inning still staying alive for the Locos.
Well, he's human.
Now batting, catcher from
He did his job and more,
number 20.
but I think that's a play that even if you are a traditional catcher, so to speak, that we know of on this roster, it'd be tough to get a grasp on. Might have been crossed up right there sign-wise.
And that's the third time that Mesquita has struck out in this game. A big shot from Rentis, very hot line drive, but foul.
Again, same approach right there. Came inside, and he's out in front of it. So, but he was sitting all over it, too. I mean,
Rentis doubled to left his last time up. 1 for 2 on the day with a walk and a double, as well as a strikeout. That one high for ball one. Count evens up.
and didn't miss the corner or the top of the zone by much.
25 pitches now for Locklear.
Ooh.
Another big fly from Rentis. Davis will watch it go foul out there in left field.
Make sure that didn't hit your car when we leave here, because that was towards it. All the way out to the parking lot, big man.
1-2, off and running is Mesquita outside. The throw to second. The tag, not in
Whoa.
time.
Great throw, though. Great throw.
And I'll tell you, a traditional second baseman probably gets that tag on in time. It was a good throw right on the money to second base.
I mean, it could not have been any more pinpoint from St. Laurent, but that was a good jump by Amezquita, and Westhoff just couldn't get the tag down in time.
2-2 off-speed doesn't get back into the zone. It's 3-2. Locklear thought he had called strike 3.
No, I thought he had called strike 3.
That one is strike 3. Rentis went around and the inning's over, but 3 runs across from the Locos after a big fly from William Stevens, and it's a 6-3 ball game. We'll come back with the top of the 7th, and Carolina a chance to put some more runs and get the momentum back in their favor right after this. We're back here to start the 7th inning in Thomasville at Finch Field, historic Finch Field, home of the High Toms as well as the Locos, who are the opponent that the Disco Turkeys are tasked with today. It's a 6-3 ball game. Locos on top. Graham Tuck with Brett Wiseman beside me. Jeff Davis, the number 2 man, leading things off. He's 0 for 2 today. And I'll take that first pitch from the new man on the mound for the Locos, Tyler Lloyd. Low and away, ball 1.
Right part of the order, 2, 3, 4, due up.
That one high for ball 2. The last man that came onto the mound for the Locos was also a left-hander, and compared to the righty who started things, Jackson Shore, Carolina jumping all over the left-handed pitching so far. Davis will foul that one off, strike 1.
And again, as I said, right part of the order to try and get back in this thing, and or at least make it interesting.
2-1. Davis, a big cut on that one, just outside of his reach. It's 2-2.
Yeah, good hack, but maybe not the pitch to take that kind of a hack yet, especially outside. Take that big a hack in a location like that, you're going to roll over it.
2-2 pitch. Here it is. High, ball 3.
Tried to go further up and away with it and see if he could get the same result, but
Davis has found himself in a full count for the second time today. He walked the last time. That was in the 4th inning. Called strike 3 on a great pitch inside corner. Good spot from Tyler Lloyd. It's out number 1.
there's absolutely nothing you could do about that. That's just a great spot. You tip your cap, move on. Try and get the line moving here, number 12.
So to bring up St. Laurent, who homered his last time up on a 1-2 pitch, and that one's in there for strike 1.
Be good if he gets the same result right here.
Pitch from Lloyd, down and in the dirt. Count evening up. Logan Conklin on deck. Here's the 1-1, a big swing and a miss from St. Laurent. It's 1-2 now.
Trying to do the same thing he did in the last AB and more right there. Sheesh. I like it, though.
1-2. Inside corner called strike 3, second straight time. And it's
Actually, that was strike 2.
I apologize. I had the count mixed up. I could have sworn that was a 1-2 pitch. There it is. 1-2 this time, a little bit farther in. Now that makes sense. It's not like St. Laurent to stay in the box that long after he gets rung up.
Nope. And it was a strike anyway, so.
Should have known with that emphatic of a call it wasn't going to be number 3. Two. That one is hard hit to center. And near the base of the hill, it'll be caught by Stevens for out number 2.
Man, oh man, he just missed that. A little bit more on the barrel, and that thing is going a long way.
It already did go a long way.
Yeah, it probably carried more than it should have.
And St. Laurent coming
Wind
back,
is also blowing in that way, too. Go ahead.
passing Conklin and Farrell on his way into the dugout, telling them, I'm sure, this guy's hittable. You just got to jump on it. First pitch to Conklin, inside corner, called strike 1.
I think he heard that on the mound and went with a breaking ball, something he knew they weren't sitting on.
And Lloyd is living on that inside corner. In the dirt, ball 1.
And again, breaking ball inside.
One count to Conklin. Here it is. High, ball 2. Conklin started the game at second and transitioned to third in the 6th inning. Conklin came around to score last half inning. That's a called strike 2 again on the inside half of the plate.
Really good pitch, too.
Two in the dirt, ball 3.
Couple of really good takes on tough pitches, especially that one in a 2-strike count.
Big spot here for Lloyd on the mound. Here's the 3-2. Big swing and a miss from Conklin, and it's the second strikeout of the inning, out number 3. So Carolina fails to seize the opportunity and get anything across in this half inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th after the 7th inning stretch here in Thomasville. Locklear back out on the mound. It's still 6-3 Locos after this. It'll be Luke Pritchett leading off the bottom of the 7th inning for the Locos of High Point and Thomasville. Chase Locklear back out on the mound. The first pitch is high and in to Pritchett for ball 1. Last half inning that Locklear was out here for did not go as planned. 3 runs, courtesy of a big shot to left field from pinch hitter William Stevens. Big swing and a miss from Pritchett will even the count up at 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch to him. It's up into the air, right field. Stewart and Tubbs converging, and Stewart will make the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, right fielder's ball right there. Good job by Stewart and Tubbs to communicate a couple of times on the homestand. We saw that be an issue. Out at a fly ball in right center, but good job by both those guys to communicate and Stewart to emphatically make the call and then make the play.
It's Josh Kent up in the bullpen now for the Locos of Carolina University, which has been home to many a disco turkey. Among them, D. Hawthorne, Logan Conklin, just to name a few. A 2-0 count to Jose Vargas, who's 1 for 3 on the day. That one is deep into right. That one's got a chance. Stewart going back, but it's foul.
Luckily for Carolina. I don't know, it looked like it was going to die on the warning track maybe, but it was going to get down. There's no way Stewart was going to get to it in time. It was at least going to be extra bases if it was fair.
Vargas has hit the ball hard every time he's come up, except for his base hit, ironically. Lined out to center in the 4th and flew out to center in the 5th.
That's baseball.
2-1 pitch is high and away for ball 3. Hitters counting out at number 1. That one's high and deep as well, but not as deep as Vargas would have liked. It's carrying into left field, and Tubbs making the catch for out number 2.
That got up in the wind. You can see on the American flag out there on the scoreboard in left, the wind is blowing in from center towards left, and that got caught up right in that field of wind.
Now batting, designated hitter from Hooker University, number 27, Leonard.
So 2 flyouts in the inning for Locklear on the mound, and the first pitch to Leonard is a very good one, but it's called a ball 1-0.
Yeah, I don't know about that. The good pitch part was correct.
Even the scoreboard operator here for the Locos thought that was a strike, but instead it's a 2-0. That one
hit him.
ran in on Leonard. It caught him. Keeps his perfect on-base percentage today alive. He's reached base all 4 times he's came up to the plate, and he's the first base runner, lone base runner so far in the inning for the Locos, and it brings up Everhart.
Right idea, though, going inside with a fastball.
Everhart 1 for 3 on the day, but the one that he has is one that mattered. It was a 2-run shot in the 4th inning. The first run for the Locos, and that one, first pitch, hit hard to the left side. It's 0-1.
Good hack, though. Ambushed him.
Leonard, who's on first, has scored 2 of the 6 runs today. Both times he's scored, it's been courtesy of the long ball. Here's the 0-1. It's fouled off again, 0-2.
And trying to get one of his own right there.
This is the second time in 4 tries today that Everhart has had 2 strikes in the count against him. The first time that it happened, it was a strikeout. The 0-2 pitch. Down and in. And going for second is Leonard. I'll be honest, I thought I saw that one.
I thought I saw it make contact with the leg there.
I think Everhart wants his hacks. He's not going to take the free base.
Nope. Can you blame him?
So Leonard advances into scoring position on the passed ball. 41 pitches now for Locklear. That one's outside, ball 2.
Good pitch, though.
Two. Swung on, grounded to short. Farrell, the play, the throw, and it's not in time. What a phenomenal play at short from Farrell, though.
Absolutely. That was a tremendous play. 1, to field it in the hole. 2, to make the throw. And 3, just to get the throw on line. I mean, that saved a run right there, too, to keep the ball in the infield.
So the second base hit of the day for Mason Everhart, the first one that stays in the yard. And it'll bring up a pinch hitter, Drake Carrick from Greensboro College, coming on for Nathan Childers. And that one is not able to be caught by Farrell. It'll be an RBI single on the first pitch seen by Drake Carrick. It's 7-3 Locos.
And that's a big-time insurance run right there. Not what you wanted on the mound if you're Chase Locklear in Carolina. But again, that's another soft contact little cue shot that we've seen a couple of, or more than a few of today. And now here's the big bat that broke this thing open.
It's William Stevens coming on, 1 for 1 on the day with a 3-run shot just 1 inning ago. That one is in there, called strike 1. So Nick Leonard has come around to score 3 times today now. There's the 0-1 to Stevens. It's outside, ball 1.
Got to get an out here. Can't not let this deficit get any more stretched out.
That one into right. Stewart won't have to move hardly at all, and he makes the catch for out number 3, but another run across for the Locos, and the score is 7-3 as we head to the top of the 8th. 6 outs left for Carolina to get across 4 runs. See if they can get some work done in the top half of the 8th after this. We're back here for the top of the 8th inning in Thomasville. It's Kix Farrell set to lead things off. for the Disco Turkeys, who find themselves down by 4, the largest lead of the day for the Locos. It's a 7-3 ball game. Farrell is 1 for 2 on the day with a pop-up, a single, a hard single at that, a run scored, and one hit by pitch. And a development is that Chase Locklear looks like he's going to hit for himself as Carolina seems to kill the DH in Christian Ezel, who will finish his day 0 for 2. And that 0-1 pitch to Farrell is in there for a called strike 2. And the new man on the mound for the Locos is Charlie Edwards. So a very short day for Tyler Lloyd. 1 inning, 3 batters faced, 2 strikeouts, and no runs. That 0-2 pitch is very far outside, and it'll get Farrell back into the count, 1-2.
Well, there's a waste pitch for you.
Edwards on the mound, student of Carolina University. So someone that Kurt Cabana is no stranger to. Here's the 1-2. Farrell grounds that one right side. And the count will stay 1-2. Something of note in the Carolina bullpen, Chase Jesse, A.C. Plum, and Brian Coleman, who, as far as we know, are the only 3 remaining available pitchers that are not also position players, are all 3 getting loose in the Carolina pen.
They're all 3 stretching. We don't know who's going to throw.
Correct. The 1-2 to Farrell was outside, count now 2-2. Here it is. That one's in the dirt, and after being down 0-2, Farrell's back in the count. Count now 3-2.
Ahead in the count now.
3-2 pitch, and it's fouled off again by Farrell. He'll stay alive yet again.
Really good AB to start this inning.
(3-2). Inside pitch. Farrell got a little bit jammed. It's picked up by Amezquita, and the throw in time to first for out number 1.
Yeah, you said it. It was a jam sandwich right there. Good pitch on the inner half. Got him to roll over the top of it.
And it is going to be Chase Locklear hitting for himself after Ezel got a bit shaken up, sliding into second on a stolen base. And the last time that he touched the field, ended up getting stranded on third in that half inning, but his day is done. They'll kill the DH, and it is Chase Jesse who has officially taken the mound for the time being in the bullpen for Carolina. First pitch to Chase Jesse, I like it. He comes out
good
swinging,
hack.
But it's 0-1.
See what he got here. Also going flesh to wood. Sans batting gloves. Open stance.
Called strike 2, though, and he's behind pretty quickly. It appears that Coleman in the bullpen also throwing some pitches, just going the other way. Locklear grounds it to the left side, picked up by Vargas. The throw just got him by half a step.
Yeah, good speed, though.
Out number 2. Good piece of 2-strike hitting, though. That one nearly got through the hole. Might have to see Locklear in the batter's box a little bit more often now.
Yeah, I like it. Not like the swing was inept either.
Hey, when he swung, he didn't lose his helmet, so he probably likes that a bit better than being on the mound.
Good point. It covers up more of his hair.
It'll bring up Dane Stewart, who's 0 for 2 on the day with 2 strikeouts. And that's in there, called strike 1. Stewart also walked in the third, ended up advancing all the way to third base, but got stranded there. Inside corner, called strike 2. He's seen 2. Hasn't swung at either of them.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Inside corner has been dangerous to righties all day. Here's the 0-2, and the dirt ball 1. Good job by Dane to lay off of it. Every single time Dane has come up to the plate today, he's gotten at least 2 strikes against him.
But he's found ways to battle each time.
1-2, outside, ball 2.
He's doing just that here
And
again.
Stewart has run the pitch count up on everybody he's seen as well. At least 4 pitches in every at-bat. 2-2. Called strike 3, and the third strikeout of the day for Dane Stewart. And the Disco Turkeys go down in order for the second consecutive half inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th with one last chance for the Locos to pad their lead before we go to the 9th. It's 7-3, High Point-Thomasville on top. We're back here at Finch Field for what could be the last time the Locos come up to bat. It's Drew Martin making a pinch hit appearance. As something of note, Austin St. Laurent and Logan Conklin have flip-flop positions again. Third different position played today by Logan Conklin. He's now behind the dish, and St. Laurent is back at third. The first pitch to Drew Martin is called a ball, 1-0 from Chase Locklear.
I like Kirk Cabana trying something a little bit different right there.
That one's outside, ball 2.
AC Plum is going over some motion type things with Brian Coleman and Chase Jesse, which if Locklear continues to miss the strike zone might
see one of those 3 sooner rather than later. Drew Martin watches that one sail by for ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk for Chase Locklear. And Drew Martin is aboard with a leadoff walk. And Martin came in for Joshua Delorier, who was 0 for 3 today. Was hit by a pitch, flew out, reached on an error, and ended up coming around to score, and then struck out in the 6th. Carlos A. Mezquita is in there, and that pitch from Locklear bounces. And now it'll be Brian Coleman switching places with Chase Jesse. So Coleman will take the mound rather than being behind the plate in the bullpen. Really no telling which one of those 3 could come in next. And Mezquita fouls that one off. It'll be 1-1 count. Coleman wearing number 30 in your programs, the big 3-0. 1-1 from Locklear is in the dirt, ball 2. A Mezquita, 0 for 3 on the day, has struck out twice, reached on an error, actually struck out 3 times, reached on a drop third strike, and was hit by a pitch. Two-1 in the dirt, ball 3. Chase Locklear is on the hook for the loss. should the score remain. 3-1 into center. Good contact by Mesquita, but it's going to be caught in right center by Dion Tubbs, who will quickly turn and fire the ball into the infield for out number 1.
Yeah, good stuff there positionally by Dion. Not only to make the play, but to throw ahead of the runner quickly and on time, accurately.
So it'll bring up Gabe Rentis, the catcher, who is 1 for 3 on the day. A walk, 2 strikeouts, and a big double.
And he has made, even on the pitches he's fouled off, has made really solid contact.
1-0 to Rentis in the dirt, ball 2.
Be interesting to see how much longer Kurt Cabana sticks with Chase Locklear. A lot of that dependent upon at least the next 2 hitters, I would think.
That one was very close to the zone from Locklear, who seems a little bit upset right now.
I don't blame him. That looked like a strike from up here.
It's a 3-0 count, the second consecutive 3-ball count from Chase Locklear. Third consecutive, excuse me. 3-0, inside, ball 4.
And here comes Kurt Cabana.
And somebody's getting the call. We'll see who it is. It's going to be Brian Coleman coming out of the bullpen in relief of Chase Locklear. And that'll do it for Locklear's day. And get you his final line as soon as we can. Coleman, a submarine-style righty from High Point University.
Think a guy like Adam Simber of the Miami Marlins, that kind of submarine type. Simber, interestingly enough, was just traded to Toronto this morning, along with Corey Dickerson.
And Coleman will come in with runners on first and second with 1 out. Coleman from Broughton High School in Raleigh, North Carolina.
A native of Fuquay Varina.
Final line for Locklear today. 2 1/3, 16 batters faced, 4 hits, 4 runs as it stands, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, 1 hit batsman, and 3 of those 4 runs were earned. And all of that done on 60 pitches exactly. So the first batter Coleman faces will be Luke Pritchett, the first baseman. He's 0 for 4 on the day. First pitch from Coleman, high for ball 1.
Good spot, though. A lot of times with the submariner, you'll see that miss inside a lot of the time, but like we went up in the zone with that.
1-0 in the dirt, 2-0 now.
Even get a ground ball right here. Work out of this.
Double play would end the inning. Jesse and Plum still up in the bullpen, as well as Ben Tanman. 2-0 is outside, ball 3.
That was closer than the first 2 pitches.
Oh, for sure. Jose Vargas is on deck, who is 1 for 4 on the day. Pritchett in danger of keeping that over 4 line. That one's in there, called strike 1. First pitch called for a strike by Coleman.
Good stuff right there. Great location on that fastball outer edge.
3-1. Big swing and a line drive into left field. It's going to drop. Being waved around to score is Martin. The throw, relay, not in time, and it's 8-3 Locos.
Yeah, when you get 2 guys in scoring position like that, and offensively, from the standpoint of the Locos, you almost smell blood in the water at that point.
So it's the second RBI of the day for Luke Pritchett. The first one came on a ground out in the 5th inning.
Still got the double play in order, though.
And Vargas has not hit a lot of ground balls today, though. Had 1 weak grounder in the 2nd. Other than that, he's lined out to center 3 consecutive times. First pitch from Coleman to Vargas is inside on the lefty batter. It's 1-0.
I like Coleman coming inside right there, though, on the lefty.
That one is in the air to center for the 4th straight time. On the warning track, Tubbs will make the catch. And faking the tag is Rentis. It'll be out number 2. Runner still on 1st and 2nd.
Boy, good pitch there by Coleman up. Got Vargas to get up and under it, but still, I mean, every time he has been up except for the base hit,
to center.
He has made solid contact to dead center.
If you look at the scorebook for Vargas, it's single and then L8, F8, F8, F8. If that's not consistency, I don't know what is.
At least he's hitting the ball back up the middle.
So it'll bring up Nick Leonard, the designated hitter, who is 2 for 2 on the day. 2 singles, a walk, and a hit by pitch, resulting in an on-base percentage of 1,000 and 3 runs scored.
Can't ask for much better than that.
Well, he's got a chance for his first RBI of the day right here, but it comes with 2 outs, 1-0 count. Big swing and a miss from Leonard for strike 1.
Well, BC came right after him right there. Here it is, big boy. Here's the high cheddar.
1-1 count from Coleman to Leonard. Everhart on deck. Here's the pitch. It's high and away, ball 2.
Maybe a little bit of a pitch out there. Trying to see what the runners are up to.
2-1 count now. Here's the pitch.
That hit him.
And it ran in. It hits Leonard for the 2nd time in as many innings. Leonard gets hit by a pitch.
Well, he's on base again.
And so it'll load the bases for Mason Everhart, who's 2 for 4 on the day with a home run and a single. Put the ball in play 3 times. And a home run or a base hit of any kind right here might seal the deal.
Again, we know he's capable of the power. He hit one about 450 his first time up.
Chase Locklear on the hook for the loss unless Carolina can get it back on the board in the top of the 9th. Here's the first pitch. It's into right, hooking foul, and Stewart won't have enough time to get over to it. It's 0-1.
It's a big strike 1, though. And a good location on the inner half right there. Jammed him. He tried to inside out that, but it was just too far inside for him to keep it fair the other way. Good running action on that fastball right there from Coleman. Righty-righty two-seamer running in on the hands.
The 0-1 from Coleman is outside for ball 1.
Again, I like the location, especially against a guy that went yard as deep as he did his first at-bat. Try and get him to chase.
1-1. That one ran in on Everhart, and he gets out of the way. If that wasn't up and in, he's probably wearing that pitch.
Yep.
With the bases loaded, that's an RBI if you get on base via the hit by pitch. Via the plunk, I should say. 2-1 count. Here's a pitch from Coleman. That one is fouled off again by Everhart. Count even.
No, he was sitting all over that. And that's a swing of I didn't like getting thrown inside. That was a fierce cut.
2-2 with 2 outs coming from Coleman. Here it is. And it plunked him. That's going to be a run in. And it's 9-3 in favor of the Locos.
And the bases will remain loaded.
So both runners that Locklear was on the hook for have come in to score.
So that takes
His runs from 4 to 6 and his earned runs from 3 to 5.
Macadon off the hook, though, so he'll get the no decision, as he did go 5, so eligible for a decision of some kind.
That one's in. Coming in to score is going to be Pritchett. And it's 10-3. Runners now on second and third. The count 1-0. The 1-0 grounded to second. This could be the end of the inning by Carrick. The throw on to Musser at first from Westhoff is in time for out number 3. But the Locos get 3 across. 2 of them handed to Locklear, 1 of them to Coleman. And we'll go to the top of the 9th. 7 runs is the task at hand for Carolina. We'll see if they can get it back right after this. We're back here for the top of the 9th here at Finch Field. It's a 10-3 lead for the Locos. 7 runs, and DJ Musser's the first guy up. First pitch to him from Charlie Edwards is going to be outside for ball 1. That's a foul ball into the dirt by Musser. It's a 1-1 count.
It's a good hack, though, by DJ. He's had really good at-bats. He's seeing the ball well all day. I think that might have caught our home plate umpire.
Just a little bit.
So catcher traditionally on out to the mound. They give the home plate umpire a sec to collect himself, but it didn't look like it caught him too badly.
1-1 here to Musser, and outside corner called strike 2.
A little bit forgiving on the outside corner.
1-2 count. Here it is. Called strike 3, and Musser knew it.
Yep, beautiful breaking ball right there. Nothing you can do. Just got to tip your cap on it.
Second consecutive backwards K earned on the mound by Edwards, and it'll bring up Keaton Westhoff, who's 2 for 3 on the day. Only had 1 hit on the year before today and has increased that total to 3 since.
Both hits to the right side as well.
He did not go, says the first base umpire, and the count's 1-0 to Westhoff.
For a guy that we've seen traditionally as a pull hitter, going against that narrative so far with both his hits going to the opposite field.
Here's the 1-0, outside and high, ball 2.
And now you can see they're going away on the first 2 pitches. They're pitching him to go that way.
Dion Tubbs due up next, and Jeff Davis would be due up behind him. Outside corner, called strike 1. And Edwards is back in the count now. Again, 7 runs is the deficit for Carolina. Outside, ball 3.
1 out walk would help the cause a little bit.
3-1. Grounded back up the middle over the reach of Edwards. This is going to be a tough play. Vargas, what a play.
Wow,
Throw
great,
in time at first.
great
route number
charge.
2.
That's just textbook right there. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that at the 6th spot.
And Disco Turkeys down to their final out. It'll bring up Dion Tubbs.
This team's no stranger to 2-out rallies, though. 9th inning rallies at that, I might add.
Tubbs 0 for 2 on the day, has walked twice. Grounded to shortstop twice as well. First pitch to Dion, outside corner, called strike 1. That one inside. Good job by Dion to hold back on it. 1-1. Here's the pitch. That one is popped high in the air to the right side, but it's going to get out of play. 1-2 count, and the Disco Turkeys are down to their final strike. Carolina's in danger of falling to a 4th consecutive loss and a record of 5-13 if they can't hold on for this one and come back. One-two pitch. Lined into right. That one could drop, and it does. It's fair. It's going to be at least a double for Dion Tubbs. This one's going to go into the corner, and it is a ground rule double for Dion Tubbs.
Dion ran to 3rd anyways.
That's an inside the park home run.
I love that.
It got caught up in the batting cage turtle out there in the right field bullpen. So Dion keeps the Disco Turkeys alive for the moment with a double down the right field line. Good piece of 2-strike hitting.
Absolutely. Pulled it straight down the line.
And
hard, solid contact on it, too.
Another thing to note on that for Dion Tubbs, he was at risk of losing his 4-game hitting streak that began on the 23rd of this past week against this same Locos. He keeps it alive right there. 5 straight games with a hit now for Dion Tubbs. First pitch to Jeff Davis is outside, 1-0. St. Laurent on deck. Davis holds off on that one. That time it's over the outside corner, 1-1.
Yeah, good pitch right there. Nothing much you can do on that one.
1-1 count. Here it is. Low and away, ball 2. St. Laurent on deck, and Conklin would be in the hole behind him. Here's the 1-2. 2-1, excuse me. Swing and a miss, now 2-2.
And again down to their final strike.
Dion Tubbs with a 2-strike double. Just 1 at-bat to go. Let's see if Davis can do the same here. Grounded to the right side. Picked up by Edwards, and he'll tag Davis for out number 3, and that's going to do it. The Disco Turkeys suffer a loss yet again, their 4th straight, this time in a bit more of a blowout fashion than the previous 3. The final score 10-3 here in Thomasville. And the Disco Turkeys will have to wait until Thursday for their next chance to get another tick in the win column.
Thank you for coming out and supporting your
And that game will be on Thursday against the Statesville Owls back in Winston-Salem, the first of a 4-game homestand, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for July 4th weekend. And it'll be a fun time at Truist for the Disco Turkeys and their fans. But final score in this one, a 7-run loss for Carolina. It's a 10-3 final. The Locos come out on top. And that'll do it for us. For Brett Wiseman beside me and everybody that makes this ship run, I'm Graham Tuck. One last time, 10-3 the final here in Thomasville. Disco Turkeys back in action on Thursday, and we'll see you then.